Depression is a common mental health condition that's seen in doctors' practices and psychiatry offices, and there are actually several lifestyle changes that can help treat depression. First of all, when people are depressed, they may not feel motivated to do something or just not have the energy, but you gotta just do it. It's kind of like that Nike commercial, just do it, like that swoosh Nike symbol. Well, you want to force yourself to do things that you enjoy even if you're not feeling like it. And it's got to be things that are healthy, whether it's like going for a walk, playing sports, spending time with friends or family, not something like partying or doing drugs. That probably will just kind of mess things up. But do healthy stuff that you enjoy, that you typically like to do, and force yourself to do it, because that will help you to actually get out of the depression episode, the depressive phase. A trick that can help with depression is exercise. Exercise has been shown to help with stress, improve mood, overall well-being, and it actually makes physiological changes in the body that can help fight off, like increase endorphins and fight off some of the inflammatory response that's thought to play a role in depression. Next up is eat healthy. So they find that diets that are healthier typically have less symptoms of depression and anxiety, whereas diets that have more junk food and unhealthy foods typically will have higher episodes of anxiety and depression. So be sure to eat a well-balanced diet, have plenty of fruits, vegetables, healthy sets of nuts and proteins, and that will help to minimize depressive symptoms. Next up is just try to stop worrying. People that focus on negative thoughts tend to gonna have negative feelings and negative behaviors as a result. So you want to try to focus any negative or pessimistic thoughts, try to distract yourself from them, stop worrying about them, maybe replace it with something that's more healthy or constructive. Really, King Solomon in the book of Proverbs says it wisely, in that anxiety in the heart of man causes depression. So if there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of worries, a lot of stress, and that's not managed well, that can lead to depression. So you want to make sure to stop any of that negative thinking, negative ruminating, and try to replace it with something positive and constructive. If it's hard to control or hard to redirect, that's when you'd want to really consider medications to help calm down the thoughts or the mind. And lastly, we'll talk about don't do drugs. Alcohol is a depressant. It depresses the brain and nervous system, so it can cause depression. Cannabis as well. People often will use cannabis to help with anxiety or mood. Maybe it helps in that moment because they get a little bit of a high or euphoria, but we find that psychiatrically it causes a lot of problems, such as anxiety, mood problems, irritability. So if you're having depression and you're smoking cannabis or using drugs, try to cut back on the drugs, and maybe that'll help the depression, and try to even replace that bad habit with something that's healthier, more constructive.